Hello, dear students. Let's see another protocol called timestamp based protocol. In the previous video, we were learning about basic timestamp ordering protocol and we learned a few points like every transaction has got a timestamp, and you remember older transaction always has smaller timestamp and younger transaction has a larger timestamp. We also saw that this protocol ensures serializability. That means a schedule which follows basic timestamp ordering, such a schedule is always serializable. And any conflicting operations will always occur in the order of the timestamp. What we saw exactly in the previous video was if there are two transactions T1 and T2, and let's say T1 is a older transaction with timestamp 1 and T2 which started later has a larger timestamp, let's say 2, then if there is a read write conflict, let's say read A followed by write A. Now we know that this is a read write conflict, but note that this type of conflict is occurring from older transaction to younger transaction, which is allowed in timestamp ordering. You can see by ordering we mean that if you see read A and write A conflict, read A to write A conflict, the ordering is the read A is in transaction 1, T1, which is a older transaction with timestamp 1, and write A is in transaction 2, which has a timestamp 2 as it is a younger transaction. So you can see that this 1 comma 2 or 1 arrow 2 is the order of the timestamp. So such conflicting operations are only allowed. Whereas if you think of again two transactions T1 and T2, let's say that T1, which is a older transaction with timestamp 1, and T2, which is a younger transaction with timestamp 2, and imagine that read A and write A conflict as follows. Now you watch, this read A write A conflict is from basically emerging from younger transaction to older transaction, which is not allowed. So, but how is this implemented? This was where we stopped the earlier video, correct? How will this be implemented? It is very easy. Let's see the set of rules using if else. So suppose whenever a transaction T issues write item X operation, then we check the following. Just have a look at this. Imagine a transaction T. I have purposely not used T1 or T2. Imagine a transaction T and it is issuing a write item request. Let us write it as WX. So T is interested in writing X. Okay. And just imagine some other transaction T sum. Let's write it as T sum transaction. Now T is a older transaction and T sum is a younger transaction. Just imagine that T sum has already done read X. Now you observe this is a conflicting operation, isn't it? Because the conflict, read write conflict is from younger to older, which is not allowed. So how will this be checked? Here is the if statement which checks it. First of all, you just observe read timestamp of X. You know every data item has a read timestamp and write timestamp. What is read timestamp of X here? It has to be 2. Are you understanding? It has to be 2. Why? Because which transaction out of the 2 read X last? Check that X was read last time over here, and that read operation was done by transaction having data timestamp 2. So read timestamp of X is 2. Just check this condition now. If read timestamp of X, which is 2 in our example, is it greater than timestamp of T? Just see T is the transaction which is making a request. T is interested in writing X. But timestamp of T is 1. It is an older transaction. And this is true, isn't it? Check that this condition is true. So then we abort or roll back this transaction T. Just simply kill this transaction and you roll back this transaction, because such an conflicting operation is not allowed from younger to older. What is done is T is simply cancelled and rolled back, or aborted and rolled back, and most importantly, this transaction T which was rolled back starts all over again. See this T, wait a minute, this transaction T, this transaction T starts all over again. It was cancelled last time, isn't it? So T starts all over again, but this time T starts with a new timestamp. Last time, this T had a timestamp of 1, but now the timestamp of T will be 3. Just understand this. Let's say we again have transaction T, and T is issuing write request. We are still on the same point. We are discussing the same point again. T issues write request on X, and just imagine there is some transaction which is an older transaction, and T which is making a request is a newer transaction or the younger transaction. Just imagine that T sum had already read X. Read X operation was done last time by T sum, which is an older transaction. Now you know this is read write conflict, but such a read write conflict is allowed because this conflict is from older transaction to younger transaction. Just observe what is read timestamp of X. That means who read X last time? Transaction which had timestamp 1. So read timestamp of X is 1. Just check this if statement. What is read timestamp of X? It is 1. Is this greater than, check this, is this greater than timestamp of T? Remember, T is the transaction which is making write request, and timestamp of T is 2. Now this condition is false. That means it is perfectly valid to write X by this transaction T. You can write X in this transaction. Then else gets executed as the condition is false, and we execute write item X. I hope you have understood it enough. It's simple comparison of read timestamp with the timestamp of the transaction which is making the request. Also, we have to now set the new value of write timestamp of X, because come on, now X has got written just now, and who wrote X just now? The transaction which has the timestamp of 2. That's it then. This is how the write timestamp is checked. Now you might have seen that there is one more condition here written using OR. It's very easy now. You can just understand why this condition has been written. To understand this, let's say again T issues write request on X, and imagine there is some transaction which has already done write X, this operation, and T is a older transaction, T sum is a younger transaction. Now you can see that this is a write. Please try to understand that whenever any transaction tries to write something, then there can be two types of conflicts, isn't it? Read write or write. Hence, we have to check read timestamp of X, or we have to check write timestamp of X, because this will be checked so that write conflict will be checked. So by the way, what is write timestamp of X now? Who wrote X last? Transaction which has timestamp 2 wrote last. And now this T is trying to write X, isn't it? This request has been made, trying to write X. So if you check this condition here, what is write timestamp of X? 2. Is it greater than timestamp of the transaction which is making write request, which is 1? Yes, this is true. Hence, abort the transaction T and roll back. So this T is aborted because such a conflicting operation is not allowed in timestamp ordering. and it is rolled back. But T is started again all over with some new timestamp. And this is how we have checked write conflict also. Similarly, what if a transaction makes a read request? What exactly does it mean? There is some transaction T which is making a read request. Just imagine there is some transaction T sum which has already written X. Now you know whenever a transaction makes a read request, correct? There can be only one type of conflict with read, which is read write conflict, isn't it? And you know this is not according to timestamp ordering, because if we assume T is a older transaction and T sum is a younger transaction, then younger to smaller conflict is not allowed. Correct? Recall, older transaction has higher priority. Okay. So what do you know about this? What is right timestamp of X at this point of time? Last time X was written by transaction which has timestamp 2, isn't it? So check this condition now. Right timestamp of X is 2. Is it greater than timestamp of the transaction which is making request? Yes, this is true. Hence, abort this T and roll it back. Correct or not? So T starts all over again with new timestamps such as 3. This is how timestamp ordering protocol checks for conflicting operations not occurring in the timestamp order. And if conflicting operations do not occur in the timestamp order, then the transaction which is making the request is simply rolled back. Thank you very much.